It's that magical time of year for the Sephora VIB sale. It does include VIB Rouge, VIB, and BI. I'll have the dates and the specifics for you down below, and I'm going to be giving you my recommendations, what I bought during the friends and family that you might consider buying during this sale, and what I plan on buying myself. I am by no means telling you to go out and spend all your money during this sale. Make a budget, stick to it. I know what I do is I'll stick things in my cart, a ton of things, and then I'll just edit it as I go because there's a coupon that comes out in December. There's another sale in the spring. I don't always need everything I think I need when I first start throwing things into my cart. So make a budget, stick to it. But these are just suggestions because that's why we're all watching these recommendations videos, is because we want suggestions, we want ideas of what other people are buying. It might trigger something. Oh wait, I do need that. So that's what I'm going to be giving you today. The first thing that I'm going to tell you is if you're not signed up for EBATES, do it before you shop this sale. I can't tell you how much money I would have lost over the years if I had not been signed up with EBATES. I do have a link below. It's the easiest thing in the world. You sign up with EBATES and you're linked to all the retailers that they are affiliated with, and you get a check back every quarter. It's just rebates instead of doing them the old-fashioned way where you would have to fill out the form and then get your check back in the mail. It does it automatically. It's cash back. It's free money. There's no reason not to do it. There's absolutely no catch. I think I've been signed up with them for about 4 or 5 years now, and I can't imagine all the money that I would have lost if I wouldn't have been signed up with them. So if you're not signed up, sign up with them because you can get a ton of money back. I think Sephora is regularly about 4% cash back, but sometimes they up it to 8%. Sometimes they up retailers to around 20%. So it's definitely worth doing if you're not signed up. There's a few different ways that I shop the Sephora VIB sale. There are certain brands that you can only get at Sephora that you can't get at Ulta. I know a lot of people really prefer the Ulta Rewards program. It's a really great rewards program, and they do run a 20% off sale that runs through roughly the end of October. And there's a lot of brands that you can't get at Ulta that you can only get at Sephora. So I shop those brands through the Sephora sale. That's one way. In addition to that, I'll use it for items that I use consistently, staple items that I want to stock up on that I know that I'll need before the next VIB sale. And I'll use it for pricier items that I've had my eye on that I might want to try that I wouldn't want to pay full price for. It could be a pricier lipstick. It could be a hair appliance or a perfume, something that I might want to splurge on, and the holidays are coming up, so I might think, okay, I might get this right now because it's 20% off, because 20% off doesn't happen every day for a lot of these brands. So those are just several ways that I choose to shop items during this sale, and we can get on to the recommendations now. I mentioned perfumes in my intro, and one perfume that I got earlier this year is the Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede. It is one of my favorites, if not my favorite perfume of the year, of maybe all time. I love it, and I love that Sephora started carrying Jo Malone earlier this year. So if you've been eyeing up this brand, this perfume, this would be a great time to get it. It's not a cheap line. To me, it's worth every penny. Everybody's different with perfumes, but it's a great time to try it. I have 2 travel size perfumes that I'm thinking about getting a full size of. One is the Replica Beach Walk, and the other is Commodity Gold. I really like both of these, and I'm actually thinking about getting the full size of the Replica Beach Walk because this is just such a great beachy perfume, but without being, you know, copper tone, coconut, in your face, beachy. I like this more than really any other summertime perfume that I've ever smelled. So this is something that I'm planning on getting during the Sephora sale. I'll probably wait on this one, but Commodity is another pricey brand that you may want to look at. So perfume is a category that you may want to look at because it can be pretty pricey. This next item has been in every single one of my recommendations videos since I started my channel a little over a year ago, and in several favorites videos. I will never stop recommending it, ever, ever, ever. And it is the Nest Moroccan Amber candle, as well as the Nest Holiday candle. They're both fabulous. The holiday candle is my staple candle during the holidays. Moroccan Amber used to be for fall, and then people started associating it with my home. They would leave my home and go out and buy it, and now it's pretty much a year-round candle. I don't have either one to show you right now because I have burned them, and I do need to get a holiday candle for the holidays, but I do have a jar that I have repurposed to hold, well, I guess it's not brushes. This is brow and lash product. But I do clean out the jars. I reuse them. The candles are heavenly. They're not cheap, but to me, they're worth it because they really just make your home smell heavenly. They also have reed diffusers if you prefer a reed diffuser, but these are candles that are completely worth it to me, and it's one of those things where it's hard for me to burn anything else. If you haven't tried Moroccan Amber, try it. It's not something that I probably would have bought based on the scent alone. It's a little strong in the jar, but it burns beautifully. So get this candle. Other products you might want to consider during the sale are face products, foundations, powders, primers, things like that. If you've watched my channel at all, you know I'm a huge fan of the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I don't even know at this point how many bottles I've gone through of this. I've finally decided that it's time for me to get the big jumbo tube. I have that in my cart. It's ready to go for sale time. I just think if you have oily combination skin, it's just a beautiful product. I highly recommend this product. It smooths the skin. It helps your makeup apply beautifully and last beautifully through the day. It never looks cakey. It's just gorgeous for a primer. And you know, I know it's pricey, but I've tried so many other primers and none compare to this particular primer. So I'm just gonna get the big size and bite the bullet. And there's really no other perfect time than during this sale. I'm sitting here holding the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation because this was a surprise hit for a lot of people this year. And I will just go ahead and tell you, if you want to know my particular foundation shades, I'm usually a MAC NC25. If you are that shade and you're not familiar with my channel, my foundation shade list is linked down below. I have to move it to my blog. I used to have it in my description box, but I have all my shade matches now on my blog because it wouldn't fit in my description box anymore. But I'm in light beige in this particular foundation. I think the sale is a really good time to try a foundation you've been eyeing up, whether it's a moderately priced brand like Too Faced or a pricier brand. And I'm gonna throw Estee Lauder Double Wear in there because I mean, I think they're pretty proud of their foundations. They're in the 40s, I know that much. So if you wanna try Estee Lauder Double Wear, it's a great time to pick that up, or one of the pricier brands like Guerlain, Givenchy, Marc Jacobs, Tom Ford, Coton Do. Just, it would be a good time to get one of those if you've been eyeing one of them up, or to restock one if you currently use it and think you might be out before the spring sale. I am holding, it's kind of messy, Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Light Powder. I think this is a gorgeous powder. If you are in the market for some kind of a powder, I think it would be a great time to get it. And now I've got powder all over me. How many times can I say powder? The Too Faced Just Peachy powder is a great powder too if you're wanting a more matte powder. But one powder in particular that I wanted to focus on that has a special edition out right now for the holidays is Bare Minerals. Their Mineral Veil powder is in this deluxe size. You get more in here. It's 0.8 ounces, and I think the regular one is like 0.2 or something, and it's $24. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong on the screen. And this one is $38, and you get 0.84 ounces. And it comes in this beautiful packaging, which you can refill later, but they do these special editions. I'm actually opening this for the first time right now. They do these special edition packages for the holidays. And I mean, how beautiful is this to set on your vanity or give to someone who loves Bare Minerals and would really enjoy this. But this is a great idea if you want something for yourself or for someone else. And it's just a really great, pretty container. It can be reused. And I think this is a great idea, especially if you've been eyeing up the Bare Minerals powder. You get it in a really pretty container, and it's not like it's double the price or anything like that. Palettes are obviously a great thing to get during the sale because they can be a little bit pricey, and you know, it might not be something you want to get just on a Tuesday. So this is a great thing to get if you're eyeing up a pricier palette like Natasha Denona or Viseart or Viseart. I've heard it said both ways. So I have several palettes here. I'm gonna throw them up really quickly as recommendations, ideas for you, because I really like all of them. I think they would be great no matter what way you went. I have reviews on these first two and demos with them. I'll try and link them in the cards or down below. And the first one is the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette that a lot of us just ended up loving so much this year. It's beautiful, it's warm, the quality is fantastic. And I'm kicking myself for waiting so long to get the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. So if you're someone that was on the fence about this and is kind of looking at it right now as I was, I would just go ahead and get it. I love this palette. I don't know why I didn't get it in the first place. My staple, classic, most versatile palette that I think everyone should have is the Tartelette in Bloom. I've talked about it on my channel forever. I think it's gorgeous. It is usable for, I think, any skin tone and eye color. I love it. It's great. If you don't have it, scoop it up. During the Friends and Family sale, I got the Tarte Clay Play palette. I really didn't even give this a second look when it first came out because it looked really boring to me. Another palette that I am regretting not getting right away. This is super versatile if you like matte colors or just want a palette to reach into on an everyday basis. I use this for transition shades, highlight shades, contour, face highlight. It is a great versatile palette to get any look from, and there's very little fallout. It blends super easily. I'm loving this palette. There's a lot of Tarte going on here, but I think for the price, you really can't beat their classic palettes. The last palette I'm gonna recommend is a relatively new buy, and I talked about it on my social media, and it's the Tarte Toasted palette. How beautiful is that for a warm palette? I mean, look at those shades. So yeah, I think it's beautiful, and yeah, if you like warm shades, it's definitely worth having. And you, just like with the In Bloom, you get some shimmer and some matte in there. So definitely worth having. I don't think I've ever not recommended the Armani eye tints. I will forever have these in my favorites and my recommendations. And the few of you that have bought number 9 Cold Copper after my recommendation, and many of you have vastly different coloring than I do, have loved this and thanked me for it, because it is a liquid cream eyeshadow that applies and dries down exactly as you apply it. It does not get crinkly. It doesn't shrink up your eyelids. It looks liquidy yet subtle and not overly shimmery. It's a great daytime or nighttime shadow and worth every penny. They're pricey, but they're worth it because you use them a ton. If you have them, trust me, you'll use them a ton. The two shades that I really love are number 9 and 10, actually. Yeah, number 9 is Cold Copper, number 10 is Senso, I believe is the name. And I actually have used these in a tutorial together. They're beautiful. I can't rave enough about them. I have like 4 of these, maybe 5, but I can't get enough. You can even line with them. They're beautiful. If you're eyeing up a pricier mascara, now would be the time to get it. I have YSL's The Shock here somewhere, and you know, it's just getting to be that time where it might be time for a replacement. This is the one mascara that I have put on, and my daughter, who's 12, has asked me if I was wearing false eyelashes. That does not happen with me every day because I have kind of wimpy eyelashes, so that says something for this particular mascara, and I may repurchase just because it's about time to restock. So let's talk blush. There is a new blush bazaar from Tarte, It has a ton of blushes in it. No mirror, but both sides are blushes. I am eyeing that up myself. I do not need more blushes, but I always like to have a wide variety to travel with, and I think that would be perfect. I think it's been 2 years in a row now that I've passed up on the Tarte holiday blush sets, and I've regretted it every year. So I think it's retailing for $44. So if you like the formulation of the Tarte Amazonian clay blushes, that might be something you want to look at. I think that formula can't be beat. It's beautiful, and from what I hear, the quality in those palettes, it's not like the typical holiday sets where the quality can be a little subpar. It's pretty typical of the normal Tarte blush quality, so I may pick that up myself. If you have been eyeing up a pricier blush brand like Marc Jacobs, they have these fabulous air blushes. I have the shade Flesh and Fantasy. They have so many beautiful shades. It looks kind of funny in the pan, but the colors just swirl together to make this beautiful flushed neutral look. You know, like I said, they have different colors, but it would be a great time to get that. I'm not one that likes the traditional liquid lipstick formula. I find them very drying on my lips, and they kind of make them shriveled up looking, and they make them look worse than what they should look. So, you know, I like one that has a more moussey texture. I don't care if there's transfer as long as it still wears a long time on my lips. My favorite formula for liquid lipsticks are the Marc Jacobs liquid lips. I really wish they had more shades of these. But if you don't have one, this would be a great time to pick one up. Another liquid lip that's very similar in formula is the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche liquefied lip. These are not really liquid lipsticks. They're just a liquefied version of the regular Amuse Bouche lipsticks, which are also a fantastic formula. So I think trying either one of these would be really great. The Armani lip magnets I've heard are fabulous if you like a more moussey texture, and the NARS Velvet Lip Glides too. I really do like those. I have one around here somewhere. I think it's in a purse. And this would be a great time to try a more extravagant lipstick if you're looking at one like Tom Ford or Marc Jacobs, along that line, because they are pricier and they might not be something you're going to spend your money on an everyday basis. There are a few sets out right now. I can't go through every single one. You really have to see which sets you're drawn to yourself. Sephora has several great holiday sets out. Marc Jacobs has a lipstick set out that has a really cute cosmetic case out, and it looks like the shades are really nice. And Bite Beauty has a couple of different lipstick sets out, which look really nice. Living Proof has a dry shampoo set out, and that is my all-time favorite dry shampoo. It includes a full size and a travel size, and it's $22. So I think it's almost like getting a travel size basically for free. So I will get that because that's basically going to be me restocking my dry shampoo and getting a bonus with it. And if you haven't tried the Living Proof Amp, I have used that in a video where I showed you, I just put a little bit in my hand and zhuzh it through my hair, and it just gives me a lot of lift and a lot of volume without adding any weight or anything like that. It's a really great product if you have flat hair like I do but need a little bit of volume. A new product this year that I put in my favorites, it was either August or September. This is so good. If you have not gotten one of these magnetic Makeup Forever palettes with the inserts in them, I have a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer, but I mean, you could do 3 different blushes or 3 different highlighters and get things to change out. The formula on these is so great. I don't even have to tap off my brush after I dip it in and go to put it on my face. I love this thing. I've been using it multiple times a week. So this would be a great, great product to throw in your cart for the sale. I'm gonna move on to skincare. I think you could really go crazy with skincare because A, it could be pricey, and there's just so many different things that I could recommend for skincare. I just had this Kapari Sheer Coconut Oil in my favorites. This is great. They actually say that you could use this for many different applications, obviously, because it's a sheer oil, and coconut oil usually, you know, is a solid. This is a liquid. as you can see. So you could use this on the face, for your cuticles, in your hair. I primarily have been using this in my hair, and I love it, and I really feel like it's improved the condition of my hair in addition to smoothing it without weighing it down. I've really been liking this, and getting it on sale would be a huge bonus. I already got myself the Jumbo Sunday Riley Good Jeans. I finally sucked it up and got the big size because I use Good Jeans, what, 3 times a week? I can't go to anything else. This is a great lactic acid treatment, especially if you have sensitive skin. I mean, I can't generalize that for everybody, but for me, I have rosacea, I have sensitive skin, I have combination oily skin, and I just always thought that any kind of chemical exfoliators would really be detrimental to my skin and flare up my rosacea. This makes my skin look so good the next morning, and it really exfoliates the way it should. And I've tried other lactic acid treatments and none of them give me the results of this. So I finally got the big size, which is a great savings over the small size. And if you could get this at 20% off, which is how I got it, I would definitely recommend doing that if you are a consistent user of Good Jeans. Or, I mean, hey, if you want to try Good Jeans anyway, get the smaller size and try it now during the sale. I've also been wanting to try the Algenist Genius Liquid Collagen. This is a product that is exclusive to Sephora. I've heard great things about what it does in terms of reducing fine lines, but it can break some people out. So I'm a little bit nervous about it, which is why I want to get it at a discount if I do end up getting it. It's supposed to be a really, really great product in terms of performance if you do have some deeper fine lines or fine lines that you don't want to get deeper. So that might be something, if you have that concern, you might want to check that product out. And the final product and brand that I'm going to suggest or recommend, because I think I have enough in this video, is Kiehl's. They are a brand that I have used off and on throughout many, many years. I love the brand, but they just recently came to Sephora within the year. And if you can get Kiehl's products for 20% off, it's a great savings. I have used their avocado eye treatment as a daytime eye cream for a long time. I think that would be something that would be great to buy. Their Cream Decor moisturizer for the body, it's so good. So that might be something that you would want to look into. They have tons of great products, so look into them, but that brand itself is just really great. That was a lot of products. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming, but that it gave you some more ideas for your Sephora VIB sale purchases. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here on a regular basis. And if you're not following me on social media, I would love to have you over there too. I'm pretty active, and I'll put that on the screen and down below. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.